Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, I got a piece of gear. When I went up to the Campcraft gathering up in Kentucky, end of June, this past June, I was looking at all the new gear and everything, and looking at all the packs and stuff that Campcraft offers, and I saw one of these, and I had to have one. Now, as those of you know, several years ago, now probably 2 or 3 years ago, I did a vintage series, and I was showing my Boy Scout camping gear and etc. And I brought out my larder. And what that is was a bag that had tins in it of various types of cooking things like flour, cornmeal, etc. Well, Campcraft had one of these before, but they were bigger, they were longer, and they held a whole lot more. And that was just a little too bulky for me. You know, it was more than I needed, and so I didn't paid much attention, to be honest with you. But when I got up there and I saw he had a smaller version, aha, now we're on to something that I can go with. First of all, it comes in one of their heavy waxed canvas bags. Now that's going to give you a lot of advantages right there on top of it, because it's well sealed and everything, and this thing will probably tote water. Okay, so you got a drawstring and you open it up, and I've got my small little bag of spices that I showed in an earlier video. And I've got another tin that I picked up. Just got salt, pepper, sugar, and stuff like you pick up at McDonald's and stuff when you go for the burger. The leftover condiments and stuff like that I put into a pile. And therefore I've got ketchup packets, I've got mayonnaise packets, mustard packets, all these single-use things to take to the field with me. When I don't want to take the whole mustard bottle, I'm only going to be eating 2 things, so I just take mustard packets. It makes life a whole lot easier, and I just burn them in the fire or put them in the garbage. But in here, he's got these tins, and there's 6 of these tins in here. And there's plenty of room around the rest of it to slide other things down in here. And I was thinking like a flexible cutting board. You can find those at Walmart and things like that. It's a sheet of plastic you can roll up. With a little bit of trimming, you could slide that down in here and have a cutting board to go with this, and that's probably going to be my next addition. But with these screw top tins, and I like the fact it's a screw top, it's not going to pop open with a little bit of rough handling. Just to be able to carry that much flour, cornmeal, sugar, coffee, teas, whatever into the field. Now I like to carry hot chocolate, easy to put into here. I like to carry teas. I like to carry some coffee. I'm not a big, huge coffee drinker. I know that's shocking for somebody of my age and out of the South, but I don't drink that much coffee. And so that's about enough for a weekend for me. Now, that's more than enough of cornmeal to make a good set of hoe cakes on a Friday night or a Saturday night at a part of the camp, especially if I'm going to be doing fish. I can just add hush puppy mix into that. Same idea. Flour. 1 or 2 of these tins full of flour is enough for me to make baked breads or whatever at camp, as long as I've got a way to carry it. Well, this is a good solid way to seal it up, keep the bugs out of it, etc., and have it, handy. It's not a big awkward bag to carry to me, and this would easily ride along with my gear. Now, the bag itself, like I said, is big enough. That could probably hold water. A well sealed up piece of wax canvas like that, that'd be a good deal of water to bring back to camp, to fill up something. Okay. Now, I was talking to someone recently, and they had mentioned to me about, because I got the cooking series coming up, and they said about how to wash dishes and take care of dishes in the field. And in my 20 questions, Q&A video this past Sunday, I talked about how taking and carrying water up away from the water source and be able to make a depression in the ground, push your trash bag down into it, and then carry water up there and fill it up to have a basin to wash or whatever, so that when you get done you can broadcast it out over a big area and not contaminate the running water. This would haul water for something like that pretty easily, plus being able to keep my stuff dry. That's a big advantage. I like multitasking, as you know. Now these are available right now on the website at Campcraft. And I will put the link in the end of this description telling you where to go. I like this, guys. I mean, I'm serious. This is mine. You're going to be seeing this in the cooking series. And so I wanted to come and show it to you and tell you where I'm going with it. Like I said, I'm going to add a little cutting board slid in here. And what I was talking about, this tin is just a cookie tin from Christmas I picked up in Japan. It's got a Santa Claus on it. But being able to sugars and stuff, things like that, I've got like 4 of these little tins, and they drop in here too. And then my little spice set that I made up in an earlier video, just made up of these small little glass jars. And on the top I got pepper, salt, sugar, paprika, cayenne pepper, several of them in this small little bag, enough to spice up a few meals. When I'm going on an overnight, I don't need much, you know. I pare down. How about if I'm going for a 3-day event, like a Pathfinder gathering, or going to a Campcraft gathering, or something like a 3 or 4-day event? Something like this is perfect to bring along, so I can whip something up. You know, you got the time. You know, we're not trekking from A to B. We're sitting in a base camp, and so this is enough to get into that situation and be able to cook something up special on Saturday night or whatever. Enough larder, we used to call it, to carry. When I was a boy, I saw a lot of these larders, and mostly it would be coffee cans and things like that, or small cans, or even cookie tins that would be carried, and they would have various flours and cornmeals and spices and hush puppy mixes and coffee and brown sugar. Sometimes it was heavy glass jars, like mason jars, that were somehow insulated and carried. And this was going into a canoe or into a car camping situation or whatever. And it was because they wanted to have something that tastes good, something that was, you know, cooking on a fire was part of the romance of being at camp. And so I watched a lot of these old woodsmen that I was around whip up hush puppies, whip up cornbread, whip up, you know, pancakes, all of this stuff, you know, and just it seemed effortless to them because they had practiced it so much. And these were just the few use, not a single use, but a few use container. Now today we do this stuff in plastic, and that's very viable. If you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. And I'm sure if you dig enough into the backpacking, hiking sets, you're going to find such setups and nesting sets for that type of deal as well. But I'm old school, I'm an old woodsman, and I like the traditional look. A little flavor of the past, if it was. And this fits that for me. So I picked this piece of gear up. You're going to be seeing this in the cooking series because we're going to be utilizing this for a lot of our components. So I went ahead and brought it out now to try to answer the question. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. These are on, you can buy these now at Campcraft if you're interested, and down in the description I'll have you the link to their site. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.